You might encounter this error message if you try for the first time to create a build in Unity for the MetaQuest 3 or 3S. In this video, I'm going to show you how to solve this problem. If you're new here, I'm Irenoyd, and I make content about emerging technologies and cool technologies in general, especially extended reality. So I made plenty of tutorials. If you want, you can check them out. So now back to the issue we have here. The part that confused me about this error message is that when I was checking in orientation in the player settings of the project, here it was in auto rotation, which it made sense. But that's because I was not thinking with the context of the headset. So this application is for the headset. And the headset is not in portrait mode. It's always in landscape mode. So then I selected landscape right, and I was again having this error. Now it turns out the only solution is landscape left. So that's what you have to select. And you have to double check something else. If you go here in the project folders in Asset, Plugins, Android, you have the Android manifest. So you double click on it to visualize it, and it will automatically open a browser, but here you cannot edit it. So you would have to right click here, and then you, well, not like this. You show it in Explorer, and then you select an application. For example, I can use Sublime Text, or I can use Visual Studio Code. I can use many things. But basically here you can see all the code, and you can also edit it. Now, one thing that you have to double check is this setting here, because it might be that this code actually overrides the settings you have here about the orientation. So if here you have, for example, landscape left, and here you have something else than landscape, it will overwrite the landscape left with this. So this is also a common mistake. So you have to make sure that you either have landscape or you don't have anything. Okay, now you go back to the to File, Building Profiles, Android, and you click on Build here. Now this will take a while, so I will skip here. Okay, now we have the build ready, the APK file. We go back to our uploading. First we have to remove, and then we upload again the APK. As you can see, the problem is solved.